Hello, everyone. I was speaking yesterday. By the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Peter Stone, and I've done a lot of things in my life, so I want to share some stuff. And traveled to a lot of places, built quite a few businesses, a real diversity of businesses, from restaurants to fishing businesses to publishing and coffee roasting, restaurants, food, and jewelry, of course. So I just want to share some of that experience and strength and hope and some of the real things that I have learned that have got me through. I mean, really got me through the toughest of times. And I would say right now, we all know it. There is challenge out there, and it is a big challenge to hold on and walk above the noise. So walking above the noise is one of the biggest challenges today, right now, because like you, I am like bombarded with stuff that is not necessarily uplifting. But what am I going to do with that? What are we going to do with the stuff that we're given? And it really doesn't matter what that thing is. Because in reality, whatever the challenge is, it's in our head. And it's big, right? It doesn't really matter, again. But it's a challenge. And you could define 100 different, 50 different, 10, 5, 2, but it's got to be more than one. Major challenges that you've had in your life. And how do you get over those challenges? Doesn't matter what it is. I will tell you, it doesn't matter. Physical, spiritual, financial. I have worked on a mindset really since 1982. That's a long time. It's a lot of work. I mean, I did so much partying, and I was lucky to live back in the day before cell phones, mobile phones, any kind of phones that you could have portable. And I did a lot of partying. It made my life really some of you know, very uncomfortable. So I made a change. And in that change, it took me like 10 years to even get kind of comfortable with who I am, who I was at the time. And so much has changed, which I guess I could say 92, right? I started coming out of this fog. I worked. And I read more self-help books until I said, all the self-help books are the same. But one thing I discovered that made a huge difference to me, that was kind of the shift. But I didn't discover that until maybe 2000, 2003, 2004, 2005. Doesn't matter the year. But what does matter is effort. That you really know in your heart of hearts, you got to get above the noise. Because we get this noise and we're bombarded consistently, scrolling the screen, doing this, doing that, stopping here, hit and run, right? And I mean, I find myself doing it. And I can get caught up, and we all do, I think. And some of the masters that they don't turn on anything that's going to, but today, you can't not pay attention. So how do we power up in the day, in the middle of the day, in the morning, at night? What's the gap? What's the gap between the fast running mind that we don't control, or the mind that we control. We've got to manage our mind. And that's what I learned to do. Fortunately, really, really fortunately, I found books like, it's a skinny book. I love skinny books. I got a bunch of them. And they saved my ass. And this one is called One Door Closes and Another Door Opens. And when you read that book, and in that book, what it says is, we have to know we didn't get what we wanted. And this goes back to when I opened stores in Key West, Florida. I had a shipload, container load of stuff coming from southern Taiwan going into my company, going in the port of Miami for my stores that I was opening. I'm like, oh man, I got to do this one thing. And I like worried about it. And I don't use that word lightly until I forgot about it. And the guy who had been exporting out of Taiwan knew exactly what to do. And the thing showed up and I'm like, it's cleared. I'm like, holy cow. And I forgot all about it. And what happened in my mind, I'll never forget, is that we hop on things and we like worry about them, right? Like I'll use that word, but I don't use it in my mind. I don't carry it. And we are overly concerned, but to catch and really get to the point, we worry about stuff that is not really real. And what I replaced, what I learned was I forgot about it, and I was expecting that shipment to show up. I didn't know how it was going to show up, and nothing of that stuff. But it showed up. They called me, American President Lines, oh, you got to come and pick up your 20-foot container full of cool shit from Taiwan. And I'm like, no way. I forgot. And because we didn't have mobile phones back then, we didn't get updates or anything. So everything was by the phone or by mail or fax maybe. And so I'm like, holy cow, that's good. And where I applied this kind of getting better than what you expect, one door closes, another door opens. And when we let go of what we want, like we have a preference. I prefer this outcome. I really want this to happen, but if I don't get it, it's only a preference. I don't freak out. I don't get let down. But what I do, this is the mastery. This is the mastery of being on top of everything you do. I'm sharing, like, it's not an easy thing to do. It's hard work. But some people, it might be easy. For me, it was tough. And I've been to a lot of events, Tony Robbins, Life Mastery. I mean, in 90, I guess it was in 91. And, 99. I mean, 9 days. And no matter, you get all this training. It's one thing to get it, you know it, but implementing it, okay? It's the hardest thing. So we know logically, we know educationally, we know, like, we get excited, but in our core, it's the core belief. Just don't talk it. You gotta walk it. You gotta believe it. Most importantly is that. Believe this one thing. Expect miracles every day. If I told you what happened last night, like I told my wife, like we needed a few extra bucks of cash flow. It's a year end. We want to put some bonus in there. And things are tough, right? Things are tight. I said, look, don't worry. Some money will show up from someplace. I mean, it always has for the last 33 years. Nothing's going to stop it. But you've got to expect it from your core. And your intention needs to be that whatever your intention is, whatever your real, like you got to vibrate with it and you got to peel back all this stuff. I listened to one cassette tape over 300 times while I was exercising, and this was after Robbins' things about the 7 laws of spiritual success. And it was the most difficult thing to say, okay, do all your work, do everything you can do it now, and then turn it over to God, the universe. Just put it out there into the vibes. Then sit and expect. And I'm sitting, I'm like, really? I'm going to sit here and just wait for stuff to happen? People show up from places you never imagined. Money shows up like magically. Health supplements or things or resolutions pop up on your computer screen just when you need them. But you must put that energy, desire out there. You can read all those books you want, but I can show you that, it's important to read the books. Please don't get me wrong about this, and I certainly don't know everything, but I do know for sure there's one thing that has changed my life. I go through all of this stuff, including, it took me 5 bookings to get back to Thailand and 90 days to get my front door in America to my front door in Thailand. And guess what I did? Every step of the way, this is the mindset. Every step of the way, you say, I know there's a gift in here someplace. I don't know what it is. And I really want to be in Thailand. And there's a reason why I'm not. Because it's better for me in the moment, no matter what I think, to be right where I am. And if I didn't accomplish what I accomplished, there's lessons I need to learn. So when I'm ready and I accomplish that big thing and I get all of those, like really good health or money or mindset, that I am prepared. So understand you're being prepared for the greatest day, the greatest moment. But what happens is those great moments just keep coming and stacking up. And the more you allow them, the more you get. And the more you're like, man, this is good stuff. There's always parking. Always. Always. This is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I just pull in. It's a really crowded parking lot. Boom, someone just gets in their car and drives away. Not once. Not every third time. Every time. Conveniently. And then, I just got to tell you, big pile of money showed up this morning. Magically. I opened an email and there's big money sitting there it doesn't matter where it came from, okay? I'm just going to tell you that this stuff is real and it happens. And I just got to share it with you because so many people are in pain and they're confused and they don't know and they're depressed. And no matter where you live in the world, go out and get some kind of sweet dessert or something that you really like to eat, a cold ice cream. Go stand in front of the mirror. Try to eat it. Just try to eat it, smile. Even though you don't want to smile, you start smiling. You gotta smile. And doing that will pull you out of that depression. As much as you maybe don't even want to do it. You know, that saying is so valuable that it's just do it. Just do it and get through it. Because it sucks, really sucks. And the more effort you push through to get to the other side, the greater the reward is. How do I know? I have been pushing all my life, and I continue to push because I'm not settling for less. I want the best in my life. Hey, Emma, how are you? So I'm just sharing a little bit of realization that I get every day. I get this, and I live into it. I even sign my emails. Be realistic. Expect miracles every day. And you can divine your own miracle because it's cool shit that happens. Cool stuff that happens all day. Your health improves because you didn't take a bunch of medicine. That's me personally, okay? I take a lot of nutritional supplements one time to the point that it hurt me, but I backed off and I fixed it and I changed it and corrected it. And that's what we do in life. Find out for yourself what works for you. Do it. Listen to smart people and take bits and pieces from them. Then sit and make your own sculpture. Make your sculpture, your life a sculpture. I say, and I'll make this brief. I got to go eat lunch. I'm here in Thailand. And I will say that when you sculpt your words, okay, so your words are really important. They vibrate out, they vibrate in, they do a lot of stuff. Your mind, your words like pop into your head, then, or your thoughts, then they become words. So I don't know which one's first, but I'll just say, choose them wisely and choose words that lift you up, support you, pull you forward, push you forward, and allow you to discover in every situation that is not comfortable or comfortable the greatness someplace. It may not come today, tomorrow, next week. It might be a year until the gift shows up, but we got to go through that stuff. So just know your pain and pleasure and all of it is an education from your greatest mind, from God, from the greatest universe. All of it given to us. Bam! It's a gift. But so many, like, oh my God, it's so bad, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. Oh my, I don't want to hear it, like, I don't really care. Okay, so you know what happened. So one more thing, and I really wasn't going to share this much, but only one more thing is that people want to talk about the problem. Then we call that drama, right? They want to dramatize that and live into this, whatever it is. Man, no thank you. I'm going the other way. So shut that. Okay, so the drama is the problem. We know the problem. We focus on the problem. Acknowledge the problem, the challenge, whatever it is. We acknowledge it. We spend 2 or 3% of our mind, our time, our energy. We know that happened. So now, what am I going to do? I love the ocean, so I say, cut the anchors that will hold you. Just cut the damn ropes. Cut the anchor. Okay, I say go full ahead, but if, we go ahead, you're not at the dock and then hit it full ahead. No, you warm up the engines of the big ships that I used to run. You warm up the engines. Head a little slow, backwards, and that's another thing, right? So you say, oh man, I did that and it didn't work, and I go back 2 steps. Great. You go back 2, go ahead 3, go back 1, go ahead 4, go back 2, go ahead 5. But I don't care what you're doing, who you are, where you are in life. That's like the rule. We've got a big business. You go take a look at some spaceship like with Elon Musk, blew up, right? Or what's his name from Virgin, right? Richard Branson, blew up. They didn't quit. They said, I guess I got to do something different here, right? They didn't say, oh shit, oh man, my rocket blew up. They probably were not happy about it. But they said, now is better than later. What do I need to learn? So by the time I get to Uranus or whatever it is in another solar system, I'll know what the hell's to do, right? I'll have the right stuff. So please just pick 1 or 2 of these things and live into them and lift yourself up. Lift yourself up somehow. So anyway, I'm going to post this. If you want to copy it, do whatever you want to do. Just one thing. If you can do one thing that'll make your day on a path to a better way, not only for yourself, but for those around you. If you start smiling and feeling good and start talking positive and uplifting, and I'm not saying that you don't. Please don't get me wrong, but I know it's challenging times. So all I can say is, and I hate to use that term, and I don't even like that word, that 4-letter word that I just used. It's not a good word. I dislike very much. Okay, there's a better way to sculpt the words, but I get a little excited sometimes, and I get and so I've got to blow out a little steam. We've all got to blow out a little steam, and we got to keep our track forward, 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 slow ahead, half speed, 3/4 speed, full ahead. And then you know what happens after you cross the big ocean? You got to slow down again. And then you, maybe drop some cargo, pick up some cargo. So I drop off some stuff. I learned something new. And I hope you do too. This is Peter Stone, just sharing a moment here. And I love you all. You have a wonderful evening, morning, or day, wherever you are in the world. I just happen to be here in Thailand. I'm going to go have my Thai lunch. So I am grateful.